Clark's Hill Dam, constructed between 1946 and 1954. You know, Clark's Hill is a very special lake to me. It's where I won my very first national tournament back in 1978. You know, Clark's Hill is a lake that is a big lake, probably 70, 80,000 acres. It's located between South Carolina and Georgia. And I got a good friend of mine here that tells me that not only good largemouth fishing, but there's some other fishing in this lake as well. What kind of fish are we talking about, Danny?
Talking about hybrid fishing, Hank. They've really been tearing it up on the surface down here. We ought to have a great day if it continues like it has in the last week. Been catching a lot of 3 and 4 and 5 pound hybrids. Sometimes they'll come up in schools, be 25 yards across.
They won't continue. We got the camera with us today. They'll all go to the bottom and sit out there.
Every time you ever showed up here, though, we've done real well.
Well, if anybody can catch them, I guarantee you can. Hey, this is Danny Whaley, a professional fisherman and probably one of the best fishermen that I've ever fished with. And today we're going to go out and see if we can't catch some what? Hybrid bass?
Hybrids.
Hybrids. Well, that's good.
There he is. Golly.
In a moment, we'll join Hank Parker and his guest for what many consider to be the most exciting fishing in America.
Huh?
Schooling hybrids.
Look at the shed. Look at the shed coming out of that fishes, man. Oh, it's a fish factory.
Also today, Hank Jr. in their #1 lab.
He goes in, and I'll show you what he'll do, and then I'll throw the tennis ball. All right? Fetch it, Hank, fetch.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The house needs painting, the grass needs mowing. Where's he at?
Hi, this is Hank. Sorry I missed your call. Leave me your name and your number, and I'll get back to you.
He's gone fishing.
Hank Parker's Outdoor Magazine, featuring the only sportsman to ever win the BASS Triple Crown, the Bassmasters Classic, BASS Angler of the Year, and Super Bass 4.
I'm talking on this telephone, Angie, but this is your husband. If you remember what I look like, I hadn't been home in so long. But I'm standing on the stage here looking out at about 1,000 people at Super Bass, and I just won the tournament.
Hank Parker's Outdoor Magazine is brought to you in part by Humminbird, the ultimate in fish finding technology.
There's the bigger ones out there. Look at that school of fish out there. Look at that school of fish. Look at that. Woo. Oh. Boy, this is a nice one, Danny. Nice fish. Woo.
What's that gill plate on that?
Man, that's a nice fish. Yeah. Don't break my little popper off.
What's that little pop? That little... I can't get mine up. Another good, woo. Another good one, look in.
Look here, I can't do nothing with
Look in front of you. Look in front of you out there.
I can't stand it. Yeah, what a fish. Danny?
Yeah.
Crank us up and bump us to them. There comes another boat.
We're gonna have a bunch of them on top of this. What does this weigh, Hank? 3.5, 4, 5?
5 pounds, I'd say. That fish there weigh 5 pounds. Close. Man, that beats all I've ever seen. Here they come, we're getting closer to us.
I hate to handle them on the side, but I tell you what, them.
Big schools right up there.
This is probably
as good as I've ever
seen. Hybrid fishing in the world.
It is the best in the world for me. I've never seen anything like it. There you go. Oh, look at him behind.
Hey. Oh, we both got one.
Look at the school to our right.
Huh?
Look at the school over to our right. Oh man, this is unreal. This is unreal.
I love it.
Hybrid fishing, Clarks Hill, Georgia.
You know, the bad part about it,
Look at that guy over there. He's excited. That's old Bill Bam from the Augusta Chronicle, isn't it?
yeah,
Augusta.
it is. He is one of the better hybrid fishermen down here. He
gets
keeps
excited.
up with a weekly report. And
He told me it's pretty good. I think he's right.
he is a,
I'll tell you, these fish are powerful.
ain't that strong?
Listen. Look
We
at there
both
goes.
got 3 or 4 pound hybrids on. You ever seen anything like it?
Look at the school of fish right there, Danny.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to, mine ain't quite as big as it been bent.
I don't think I can do that. I don't have bait. Oh, this is not it.
You need pliers?
All I need is
You can't,
Get back
there's
out.
no way you can live well these fish. You either gotta release them immediately or keep them.
look at him hit the
They
cord.
won't live in a live well. Oh, he's coming at me. Wait a minute, hold it. You run on my trumpet. I've got myself a predicament here.
Come on, one more time, big boy. Hurry.
I think they're trying to team up.
Nothing to this, is it?
If 2 of them teamed up,
I'll tell you, this is about incredible. I'm gonna try 8 pound line and all. I got a little one on here, but he doesn't know he's little.
you cannot kill him. He ain't little.
He doesn't look too little, either.
Come here, you tag, come on.
Hey, let's show everybody the difference between
All right, okay.
hybrid and white bass and striper. You see the stripes that are on the side of the fish? If it were a striper, they would be just straight. It wouldn't be broken. See how sporadic they are here, where the line goes up? And they're separated. Now this is a crossbreed. A hybrid is actually a crossbreed between a white bass and a striper. And that's it. And that's the way you identify them, just by these broken lines. They get long. You know, white bass is flatter and a striper is longer, and these are just in between. World record was caught right down here below the dam, wasn't it, Danny?
Yeah, it's been caught and broken twice in the last 2 years. It's 20-something pounds. They stocked them in the river below the dam.
I guess you could say without a doubt that, there it goes, that Clarks Hill is the hybrid capital of the world.
I would certainly think.
Let's go ride and look.
If anybody can beat this, I'd like them to take me out and show me.
Yeah, I'd like to get in on that.
Don't go away. Hank and Danny are just getting started. And coming up, a little outing back in the woods. The human eye views light in remarkable ways, but often there's more to what meets the eye. For behind the scenes at Ranger, there's a unique commitment to quality which begins long before a boat is built. It starts before the daily inspection of each mold in production. It even precedes the constant testing and evaluation of raw materials. Where the quality commitment does begin is with the ongoing dedication to extensive research, because some things just aren't worth compromising. At Ranger, the focus is on quality.
Go for it with Ryobi. Tough, dependable reels for any kind of fishing. Ryobi. There's never been a better reason to go fishing.
Get the power. Trimax from Berkeley. Get incredible fighting power with new Trimax, a unique tri-polymer fishing line that delivers castability and strength. Trimax is designed to stand the shock and stress of fighting big fish. Put the power in your hands. Spool up with Trimax, the new maximum strength line from Berkley.
Here it is, the hottest fishing lure of the year, the incredible Dance's Eel.
I helped design this rascal, and believe me, it catches fish even better than I ever imagined. Plus, it's now available in a new, smaller size and a variety of colors to match any fishing condition. Now, if you really want some fantastic action, spray the Dance's Eel with original fish formula. You won't believe the results. The incredible Dance's Eel and original fish formula. It's a winning combination.
Here's our tip of the week.
A lot of times after the hybrids go down, you can take your cork and actually simulate the hybrid schooling on the surface. They'll come back up and hit it. One of the best ways I found when they get like that is jerk it straight at you. It makes a kind of a hollow sound. It sounds more like a hybrid busting the surface. The rest of the hybrid will think they got shad trapped against the surface and they'll come up. There are various ways you can rig it. You can rig it with your thing popper.
Now this thing popper actually comes in a little pack by itself, and you just tie a little leader, like we've got here, what, about a 12-inch leader?
12-inch leader, yeah. When they're hitting your cork, you need to tie it close like that.
So when you buy it in the pack, all you got is just a little cork with this swivel on the end of it.
That's right, it's two
and then
separate
you buy
rigs.
your little thing popper here. So really, when you get them out of the pack, you've got your thing popper in one pack and your popper. What do you call this big popper?
It's just offshore popping cork.
Offshore popping cork. You just tie you a little leader here about 12 inches behind it. If they're really aggressive and coming up after the popper. Now this morning we started out, mine was about 2.5 foot, and I had, look at the teeth prints on my popper, offshore popper, where the hybrids came up and actually hit the popper. I need to put a hook on it. But we shortened that leader down because they were actually coming up after the popper. Pretty neat bait. I couldn't believe it. They'd actually hit that thing. That little deal just trails along there just about like your ice fly would, but it actually floats.
If you'd like a free printed copy of some of Hank's tips, just drop him a line. Write Hank Parker's Outdoor Magazine, Denver, North Carolina.
I missed him. Golly. Do it, son.
Oh, do it, boy, do it. You ought to see the fish following this one. Oh, don't do that now. Don't do that. He did it, sure as the world. No, he came loose there.
Good fish.
That's a pullingest fish. I've heard it said pound for pound, that's a pullingest fish in fresh water. And I believe it.
What was that one weigh? 4 or 5 pounds?
You weigh
4?
over a pound anyway.
There they are.
Man. How about it?
How about golly, look at him, shake his head. Get out. I wish you'd look how he ate this thing. If he jumps. Golly.
Well, the last few fish seemed to like the top water bait. I threw in that one school there and couldn't get a rise on the popper.
Well, this creek chub will actually sink and get below the surface. A lot of times it makes a difference.
It does now. When this water's slick, you think?
Well, normally when the water's slick, the popper will work best because the hybrids can see little thing popper, but usually this creek chub will work best to my right when you got a little wind because it gets below.
What if I took your fish?
I'm gonna take the rod away from you. Well, I'll try to. How about
When you come back, you'd have a hard time. As much as I like to catch them, you'd have a tough time getting my rod away from me. This is just about as much fun as anything I've ever done before. Oh no, behind us. Why is it when you make a long cast?
Yeah, every time I do it, dadgummit, I was wondering. Golly!
He hit you bait when you wind
Hey,
up.
it's like that. He rolled, Hank. Get him. Get him. He wants us about.
That's a big one too. I mean, that is a big one. God,
What's your drag?
The main thing is don't get excited. The main thing is don't get excited. That's something I don't do, is get excited. Now don't get excited. Come here, baby, don't get in my trouble, man.
It worked one time. How big is he?
You probably weigh 10, 12 ounces. Look right there. Come here, baby.
This is bringing them up, Hank, reeling the thing through the water real quick.
Man, they'll cut you like a knife. My thumbs are so cut up right now.
Don't grab him behind the gills, like.
I know. Oh, still.
All right, get ready. Watch this.
Don't leave
When
us.
I come across him,
Some great
I've
fishing
got one
still
coming
ahead.
every time behind me.
And coming up,
I got me a small rock tonight.
Okay. You get tackle box and I'll get the rod.
Now,
Come on now, this is gonna be fun. You're gonna get wet and get cooled off. You'll like this. Big fish. Oh, he's coming under the boat.
for years, people have enjoyed Hank Parker's expertise in the sport of bass fishing. Now Hank shares his secrets in great detail for the first time in his motivating and information-packed video, The Basics of Bass Fishing. In it, Hank addresses the key fundamentals that have made him so successful. With your purchase of Hank's Basics of Bass Fishing, you'll receive a $5 coupon good when ordering future instructional tapes in Hank's video library. Call toll-free or send $29.95 plus $3 handling to Hank Parker, Denver, North Carolina. Order now and Hank will send you a monogrammed outdoor magazine cap, a $12 value, absolutely free while supplies last. That's almost a $50 value for only $29.95 if you order now.
Pick up a copy of my Basics of Bass Fishing. Might help you catch a lunker like this.
Berkley makes a rod so sensitive you can feel a feather drop on the tip. It's called the Berkley Bionics, biomedically engineered to be the lightest, most sensitive graphite you've ever fished. Berkley scientists have taken you apart muscle by muscle, cast by cast, to build a rod that significantly reduces wrist and forearm fatigue. A 100% high-energy graphite that casts like the wind. A rod that makes every strike register as a solid jolt. And a rod that can make you a better fisherman. Berkley Bionics, the best performing graphite rod you've ever fished, or your money back.
Fishermen, take a look at the newest addition to the Dance family of hydrofoam lures, the incredible Dance's Craw.
It's an offering that bass simply can't refuse, and here's why. Look at the natural lifelike action. This rascal is as close to a live crawfish as anything I've ever seen, and there's a color available to match every season. Now, you really want some super action? Make it smell and taste alive with Fish Formula Crawfish. The incredible Dance's Craw and Fish Formula Crawfish. It's a combination that really works.
Look at them. That beats all I've ever seen. You got him? Woo! Let him catch you.
You got a hybrid, ain't you?
I got a hybrid.
little.
I'm glad to know there is some little ones in here, because everything I've been catching has been big.
That hybrid probably not over a year old.
Is that right? How fast do they grow? Boy, they must really
Close to 2 pounds a year, up until they reach 5 or 6 pounds, and then they slow down some. The world's record they figured was about 8 years old. A largemouth bass would have been 8 or 10 pounds in this area. Hybrid had grown to 20 some odd.
Yeah, the world record's over 20 pounds, isn't it? I think this school is about over with. What you think, Mr. Wade?
I believe it done gone back down. The sun came back out.
I appreciate you having us down here today and showing us how to catch these hybrids on this thing, popper, and all these special little baits you got. Catch me a fish, baby.
You're the professional.
You got the right name.
I know.
That's a pond killer, you know that?
Yes, sir. I fished with one before. Get me fish it fast or slow.
I'd fish it slow.
Like this right here.
You know, there's other ways you can fish it too. You can just kind of twitch it and let it go down and come back up and go down and come back up. That's a good one. Get a little later and we'll get some shade on the pond. That may be the answer right there. Fish just not very active. Let's keep moving, see if we can't stay in that deeper water. You want to bring your other rod? Let's go back up here and walk across the thing.
Yes, sir.
It's weedy. Here, I got it. Watch it. Watch where you step, though.
If it's fish, it's red. It's that simple. Now, from Humminbird, the ultimate in fish-finding technology, LCR-4ID, the depth sounder that positively identifies fish. Structure and bottom appear in black. Fish are bright red. Plus, stronger signals from bigger fish appear as a black dot behind a red dot. And it has all the features that have made the LCRs famous. Humminbird LCR-4ID. It positively identifies fish.
These engines are years ahead of competition. Exclusive features, exclusive technology, already fishing legends, and they're all Mercury Phantom Black. True prop-rated horsepower, instant wrist action one-pole starting, shift, trim and tilt, throttle, and stop, all with one hand. Head out today with tomorrow's technology. Mercury, the legend lives on.
Hey, Matt, do you see that bass over there, Cass?
Wow!
Hooked on fishing, not on drugs.
You know, quiet's important when you're fishing. Now you can have quiet with 4 horsepower speed. It's the electric alternative, the Minn Kota 4 horsepower. Instead of pouring gas, pulling ropes, and putting up with fumes, you just turn the handle for clean, quiet power. Now, when you fish from a small boat, you have an alternative, the 4 horsepower electric from Minn Kota, with quiet power that catches fish.
Hey, let's show them the trick that you taught Knight, okay?
Yes, sir. That's fine.
There's a rock.
There's
Got one?
a rock.
Come here, Knight. I'll show you what I got. What we'll have to do here, I've got a rock, and certainly he can't pick it up. Fetch it, Knight. He can't pick it up on dry land. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what he'd do. If this was a duck, he'd dive down after that duck, and then after he goes in, and I'll show you what he'll do, and then I'll throw the tennis ball. Knight. Fetch it, Knight, fetch. Let me have a tennis ball, buddy. Watch it. Fetch it nigh, fetch it nigh. Goes under the water. Now I throw the tennis ball out there. Fetch it nigh, fetch it nigh. There it is. Fetch it here. Good boy, good boy, good boy. What about that, Hank?
I like that. That's neat.
He went all the way to the bottom. Come on, Knight. Good boy, good boy.
I remember the first time we went duck hunting, he did that and got the duck underwater.
Come on, Knight. Good boy, come now. Fetch it here. Look at him shake off. Fetch it here. Put that in my hand.
Feels good, doesn't it, Knight?
Good boy. Good boy. Hey, I tell you, at the end of our shows or during our shows, a lot of times we have a lot of tips. I give you a tip on how to catch a fish or a trick that I've known or used over the years. I'd like to offer you a tip today that may be the most important tip that I've ever offered. You only go around once and you have a lot of occasions and a lot of business and a lot of things happen, but the most precious time that you can spend and the most important tip that I can give you is spend time with your family. It means everything. Right, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Feed me old dad, huh?
Yes, sir.
Come on, Knight. Hey, Hank, let's catch a fish. He hadn't run us. We can maybe still be able to catch a fish.